What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another video. Hit the like button on your way in. This one's going to have a lot of layers to it. Listen, some of you all are going to have to leave some people behind. You're going to have to cut them off like a malignant root. And then you're going to go through a transition phase. More often than not, I talk about cutting off all toxicity in your life in order to fulfill your purpose and your calling. But a lot of people get trapped in purgatory. A lot of people get trapped in limbo. You know, they get caught up in that conundrum between a rock and a hard place. It's like you've been betrayed, you've been scorned, you've been lied on, you've been through it all with people. And some of you all don't want nothing to do with anybody at all. And if you could be solo your entire life, that's exactly what you would do, especially if you were an introvert. But unfortunately, brothers and sisters, that's not how life works. It's just not. You're going to have to transition, and you're going to have to gravitate towards quality people. Get rid of the quantity and the masses. It is quality over quantity. And not only are you going to have to heal and mend those wounds, but you're also going to have to learn how to maintain quality relationships. Is extremely important to fulfill your purpose and calling in life. See, ladies and gentlemen, we've been through it all. And now you got to have a lot more discernment than you started off with, right? But a lot of the times, some of us, we keep those old toxic people around. We keep those people who are still trying to pull us down. Meanwhile, there's people out there who want to pull you up, but you get stuck in the middle. You get stuck worrying about what people think. You get stuck trying to appease everyone. You get caught up in limbo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Bible says, blessed is he that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. That means you're going to have to get rid of those people. You're going to have to. Now, the Bible also tells us that evil communication corrupts good manner. Make no mistake about it. People out there who are messy, gossipy, people out there who are trashy with no decorum, people out there who really are not going anywhere, you're going to have to get rid of them because they will corrupt your good manner. But on the other hand, the book of Proverbs tells you if you're doing the work, if you're striving, if you're in the vineyard, if you're moving accordingly, then you will be amongst kings and queens. You will be at the round table with great people. People who are going somewhere. People who are doing something. People who have inspiration. People out there who are destined for greatness. Those are the type of people that you want around you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in order to get around those type of people, you're going to have an open mind. And I know it's difficult. You've been hurt. You've been through it all. But ladies and gentlemen, prayer has to be a part of this transition. Healing is going to have to be part of this transition. Renewal of the mind is going to have to be a part of it. And also, you're going to have to take advantage of the opportunity of being around quality people because they can give you loads of game. They can bestow so much knowledge on you. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. You got to become a lot more emotionally strong because people who are really go-getters, winners, people who are trying to do something in life, they are cut and dry. They don't hold no punches. They tell it like it is, and you can't be sensitive. And you got to be very self-aware, and you got to be one of those people who take accountability quickly, and you got to be one of those people who have tough skin. Now, you done already been betrayed. You done already been left for dead. You done already been through it all with people. So you tough, right? You can handle it. Now you're going to have to develop these good relationships and maintain those relationships. Because in that purgatory I discussed, it done something to a lot of us where we don't really want to open up to people. We don't really want to deal with individuals. And more often than not, that keeps certain doors of opportunities closed. The old saying goes, closed mouths don't get fed. Meaning if you're not networking, communicating, taking advantage of the opportunities to be around like-minded people, then you'll find yourself in the same situation. And I know it's difficult because some of you all just don't want to leave certain people behind because you believe that you can balance the two. And what you will find is you're going to be overwhelmed doing that. And what you must realize is when you start cutting ties with certain individuals who are not beneficial to you in your life, what end up happening is there's a spiritual shift that takes place. And now the Lord sees that you're being obedient. You're not walking with the wicked. You're not feeding into the drama, the mess, and the filth that they got going on. You doing what it is you need to do, striving for excellence. So then he will start to place people in your life that are for you. They'll start coming out of nowhere. Some of you all got to go in your call log, clean it out. Your contact list, clean it out. Your social media, clean it out. And watch new people start to sprout, come out of nowhere, different people. Because guess what? Like-minded people are attracted to like-minded people. People who are no nonsense, who are doing something, people who are productive. Listen, we attract to each other like magnets. That's just how it is. But you're going to have to make that transition. And it's not going to be an easy one. You got to let certain things go. Because I can tell you right now, if you're dealing with those people who were holding you back, when you finally elevate and make that move, they're going to be very jealous. They're going to be envious. And they're going to sit back and talk about you. Some of them are going to be in the same communities that they were in. And they're just going to be talking. Why? Because they have nothing else to talk about. And that's what y'all got to understand, brothers and sisters. And the people that are doing something, all they're talking about is growth. All they talking about is succeeding. All they talking about is doing something innovative and dynamic. All they talking about is doing the work. And that's the atmosphere that you want to be around. You don't want to be around the scavengers and bottom feeders because, ladies and gentlemen, once you make that transition, those same people are going to be in the same place doing the same thing they always were doing. That's the curse on their life. But you, brothers and sisters, going to go somewhere greater. You're in the pursuit of something much more purposeful. And it's going to take good people to be your support system. I know it's not easy. I'm saying these things, and for some of y'all, I'm preaching to the choir. And some of y'all like Breed. It's just not that simple. You know, I've been genuine to people. I've been righteous towards people. But all I've got in return is people doing me dirt. People doing me wrong. You know, it's real is rare. And being real out here, a lot of people doing business with real people. You know, a lot of people are so janky and shady. You know, they don't really want to work with authentic people. But I'm going to tell y'all, there's people out there who are like-minded. There's people out here who are authentic, who are real, who do conduct themselves the right way. But see, moving forward, your discernment got to be on point. And you got to make sure that the relationships that you develop with people has purpose and progression. You know, especially you men out here. If you brothers have homeboys and friends and all that, y'all should be building something. Something should be being done. You know, there has to be some works, because that's how those relationships and bonds become strong, because y'all in the trenches, y'all in the field, y'all in the vineyard, y'all working towards something greater. You know, a lot of those people out there with idle minds and idle time, they're going to eliminate each other because they got nothing else to do. And you don't want no part of that. So, listen, if there's a trade that you want to take that trade. See what type of people you'll meet in the trade school. You know, if you're in your community, you looking around and you seeing that it's a dead end, what you do is you get up, get out and do something like the Outcast song. You know what I'm saying? And you may have to leave the state you in. You may have to leave the town you in. You may have to leave the city you in. You just so you can get around new people. And you got to have an open mind. You might have went through it with the people in your hometown, but if you go to another state, people may be supportive of you. See, these are the things that you got to understand. You know, yes, there are quality people out there, and you got to maintain those relationships. Forget everything you learned when you were dealing with people who was not keeping it 100. Because the people who keeping it 100, they want to open doors of opportunity. They want to bless you. They want to show you different things. They want to give you the information because they see you as somebody who has, you know, some type of insight. You can be beneficial to them. You know, they're looking at somebody who has capabilities, and you do have those capabilities. And so, you know, there's people out there who like to give certain information to people that they know will use it. You know, they see the potential in you. And this is what it's about. You know, we do events and things of that nature. And when y'all show up to these events, you're going to meet quality people. You're going to meet people who are thriving, people who are succeeding, people who are making history, people who are business owners, entrepreneurs. And guess what? That game that you learn from those people is invaluable. It's absolutely incredibly invaluable. And it will benefit you in your personal life, in your spiritual growth, in your mental health, all of it. And it's just quite refreshing. So, you know I talk about avoiding, you know, the devils and the demons and those who are toxic and those that you must avoid. But you also must maintain quality relationships. It is quality over quantity. Look, it is what it is. Y'all be blessed out here. Let me know down in the comment section if you have experienced this. If you have been around the masses of people, you were out here being a socialite, and you realized that you only needed a few people in your circle, and now you're marching forward and you moving accordingly, and you're finding different opportunities, and you're successful in your endeavors, man. Let me know, all you positive people, or if you just battling, you in purgatory, you in the middle ground, or you right there in the trenches right now trying to figure out how to get rid of them devils. Let me know down in the comment section, man. Y'all be blessed. Shalom. Peace.